Morning.
Morning.
Morning, Green. Is everything okay with you?
Yes, okay.
Yeah, you're in the office early.
Dạ. Chào anh Đạt Đa.
Good morning, Tan. Good morning, Sang.
Dạ.
Still waiting for Huynh. Mit cannot join. He's sick.
Vâng.
Gwyn, can you adjust your camera because we only see half your face? Yeah, better. Okay, we'll wait for Huynh, and then Mr. Thijs will join also. Oh, here is Huynh. Maybe we can wait for Thijs to join.
Yeah.
You remember Mr. Thijs?
Yes.
Yes.
On him 2 times.
Okay. Hello, Huynh.
Hello everyone. Hello Beckman.
Yeah. I just said that we can wait a few minutes for Mr. Thijs to join. He will join at 8 o'clock. Mit cannot join, and Dan also. These two cannot join. But yesterday I also sent you a message about a possible meeting with Mrs. Dana. Okay, so she's American lady, I don't think she speaks Vietnamese, maybe a little bit. She was the founder of Lin, and I think she has a lot of experience. So I thought
Yes.
it would be good to have a discussion with her. I don't have any specific topic, but she said in the message, she said all the topics that she feels comfortable with. Okay, so you can think of any question,
Yes.
and when you are free, if you agree, all of you, then I will check for a possible date with her.
Diagnosis system is often invites us for the web for the meeting in Ho Chi Minh City for NGO.
Sorry.
So there are many meetings in Ho Chi Minh between the NGOs. I often receive the email from Dana. Is this her?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's close to Lin, to different organizations. Yeah. So what do you all want to attend this meeting?
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So I will ask when she's available, and I think you prefer a Zoom meeting, not a meeting in Ho Chi Minh.
Yeah.
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 Okay. So I will ask her when she's available.
Bernard,
Yes.
this morning, Huyển and I will leave the meeting at 8:30.
Yeah, I think it's okay. It's okay
Yeah.
because if we each make a speech of about 1 minute, 1 minute 30, then we are only 5 people. Then we can hear the comments of Thijs and go. Thijs also is busy at 8:30.
Yeah. Yeah.
I send a message to Danai. I always have a problem to remember how to contact people. Here he is. Okay, maybe we will wait 1 minute. Who will start?
So let's with the time.
So Dana, she's answered that she's available on Thursdays and Fridays. So when is it good for you? This Thursday we are busy. We have a meeting about the budget this Thursday morning. Do we want to meet with Dana after that?
Next week or
This week?
this week?
This week, Thursday is good for me because Friday I
Okay.
have visitor.
Okay. So me, I will be busy tomorrow, Thursday morning. Thursday is not good for me. Too many things. Unless we want to meet in the evening. Okay, so Friday, Shang, you're busy. So the next week we will be busy also with visitors.
On week.
Okay, what other day are you good? What about Wednesday? This Wednesday?
Tomorrow is okay for me.
Okay, Thijs is joining. I think we should start. Who will start? Hello, Thijs.
Good morning, everyone.
Hi.
Hello.
Morning.
Good. Nice to
How
see
are
you.
you?
Yes, how you guys doing?
Okay, great,
Yeah.
great. Okay, we have little time because you have to leave at 8:30 and two other participants as well. So we will definitely end sharp on time at 8:30. So who will start?
Okay, so maybe me.
Okay, go
I
ahead.
can start first.
Yeah, go ahead. Good.
Yeah. Almost every week, I leave my home early in Monday morning for work, and I go back home in the evening of Friday. And several years ago, my daughter, she asked me many times, what's the same question? That why often you go far away from home? Why don't you stay at home with me? I often cry because I miss you. And I was confused at that time. And after that, I also explained to her that because of my work. And after that, I brought her to visit some our activities. And I also explained to her what we have done to help the poor people. And after several visits, she never asked me any similar question again. And after that, every time I leave home for my work, she come to me and then she say goodbye happily. So for me, to combine my family life and work, I let my children to clearly understand my work and they support me to do my job. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Tan. So, Thijs, I suppose you have guessed the topic today is about how we can manage to combine our work with family life. And I think it's a very good day to do this topic. Today is St. Valentine's Day, so we should all care about our family and wife. Okay, who is next?
Yes, maybe will be the next one.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes, for these topics, in my opinion, I have three things I think it's really important. First, we have to arrange the time, to make it the time to spend suitable times for our work and our family to ensure that all of your relationships are going to feel happy. And you want to be not alone after working and you come back home. And the second thing, this is try the same point between your life and your work. To have that we will be happy when we work at home, and we feel happy when we go to the office for working. And the last time, especially, is really important for the married guys. That is, talk with your partners, your wife or your husband about your jobs to help them sympathize for our jobs, understand what we are doing, and why we should go for the business trips, especially like Hong. We also have, if we have chance, we can invite. We should take your partners with you for the business trip to help them have deep understanding about our jobs and easier for them to sympathize for our working. Thank you.
Hey, thank you, Huynh. Who's next?
Me. 1 minute, Vietnam.
Yeah, go ahead, Huynh.
I will try. I started working for Community Center and in community development when I still single, and I got married 5 years later. When living alone, it's no problem to meet a lot of people to work our time and work trip for a long time far away from home, but having a husband different. So have a good combination between the family and work important. I must be a good wife at home, and everything in my house must be perfect. And the key factor, my husband have to understand about my job, and he can support and create good condition for me um, to keep working. That's why I usually confide with him and share him about the story of the poor. I tell him what I will do or my schedule. And sometimes I will invite him to visit the poor family with me and also go out with my colleague. I think this way is effective until now, and because he can understand my job. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Nguyen. So Shang, you're the last.
Yes. Hello, Thai. Hello, everyone. I am Sang. To be honest, I am very stressed with this before between work and life, family life. But now it's okay. Before I worked for you 6 years ago. I single. It's like with me. It's easy. And then I have a son. I am very stressful. Sometimes I think about leave in you. But now it's okay because my husband there with me about to take care of my son. Now I can back to work and my husband stop working and take care of my son because I explain my work with my husband. Thank you.
Okay, well, thank you, everybody. I think Shang, you have a very challenging situation because your son needs special attention, and several times we have invited you to go to Ho Chi Minh or to go to Hanoi for meetings, and you said you could not go. Even when he went to France for a trip, and you have to refuse to go again because your son needs special attention. So it's a difficult, stressful situation that you are in. Okay, thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. Thijs, do you want to say something? So we have done a number of topics before. One topic was introducing yourself. Another topic was how did you justify high salaries, I mean, the high percentage of salaries in the project budget. How do you define, how do you justify working in Vietnam compared to so many other countries which are poorer and in maybe a more difficult situation than Vietnam? So we had to touch a number of topics already. So, okay, Thijs, thank you for joining, by the way.
Sure thing. So yeah, I mean, when it comes to this topic, it's always great fun actually to talk about it because you actually get to see so much of people that you typically don't talk about when you are, when you're just meeting people for work, so to speak, and getting a bit of a view on that is really good. When we pitch, stories are fantastic. Stories are great. They because and these are the ones that are really touching us. So the more we can think of stories that connect what we want to tell people, the more that we actually engage them, right? Because when we talk about overall ideas for, okay, this is how we should balance family life and work. This is how we should take some time with our children, and this is how we should make some time in the right way, and make clear choices for ourselves. These are all very true. These are all very good points that you guys are bringing. What happens though, that if you connect it to a story, then all of a sudden it changes, because then you see the person. And stories are the things that hit us, here in the heart, right, where it really matters. So when I listen to An Van You know, and he talks about his daughter and how his daughter says, look, you know, in the beginning, you know, she kept asking you, why do you leave me? You know, I want you to stay because when you leave, I cry. And then at some stage, he finds out what you do and how you do it. And then all of a sudden it connects. And he says, oh, this is actually fine. And just by that simple story and just by explaining it very clearly as like, you know, a human being from your daughter's viewpoint, that stuff really hits home. You know, that's really the thing that makes you want to listen. So the more stories you have about, you know, your children, about your husband, about your wife, you know, and how they see things that are, you know, that are actually happening with you, the more the pitch will become like, you know, something that hits us. And this is true for every type of pitch. So the more stories we attach, the better it becomes. But stories are tricky because stories, we need to always focus them on yourself, right? Or you need to focus them on a certain person that they can identify, right? Or it needs to be about a certain topic, for example, the atmosphere in the team, or in this case, for example, the atmosphere in the family. Because these are things that connect with us. But when we talk about generic topics like, well, the company wants this, or, you know, people in the Mekong Delta want that, it's great, but it's not connecting because it's too broad, right? People cannot make that distinction. So the more stories you add, and usually just one powerful one is already great, the more your pitch will hit home, right? The more people will understand why something like this is important. Because the stories are also exactly the things that you guys tell. When you look at, for example, the materials at Mekong One, or the highlights of like how you get your sponsors and such. Yeah. So these came out really well, you know. So yeah, that's basically my first impression when listening to your pitch, and how that is. How do you guys think yourself about this? How do you guys think yourself it went?
To me, I feel myself is hesitate and afraid to speak in front of a lot of people.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. You're just as human as the rest, M.Thijs, right? It's very simple. Everybody is nervous for that. I've been doing this a very long time. I'm still nervous, you know? And the whole trick is just practice it. Yeah. Practice and have faith in the fact that you know your stuff, right? You know who you are, you know what you are doing here, you know, you've been here for a long time already, you know, so you know your things. So there's never any reason to be nervous. And a little bit nervousness is also really good, because when you're a little bit nervous, it also gives you extra energy and extra focus, you know, to actually tell a story that you know, that is engaging, right? That people want to hear and that people are really enjoying. Yeah. So a bit of nervousness is always good. Yeah. So if you're not nervous, that's bad. If you're very nervous, that doesn't work either. So then we have to slow down a bit. When we're a little bit nervous, that's perfect. Yeah. Because then we actually know that, you know, what we are saying and what we are trying to present, that's important to us. Yeah, it's important for us that you know, that we explain it well to people. That's why we are a little bit nervous. Yeah. So it's a good feeling. Yeah, it's a good feeling.
Okay, Thijs, thank you so much. Anybody else? Green?
Yeah. Today I also think I'm not good enough because I also have some hesitate, and sometimes I stop because I forget to talk what I have to talk. But before the meeting, I practice a lot. But today it's not good. I think so.
Yeah.
So I will try more.
So So Nguyen, if sometimes you're not sure what you want to talk about, even before you prepare it, what I usually do, and maybe this helps you a bit, when I have a call with people, or when I have a presentation or something that I want to talk about with people, sometimes I need to remind myself what I would want to talk about. So I have a very simple app on my phone, which is called Notes. And when I'm going to talk to people, then what I do is, like, in my notes, I just put in a couple of short sentences, or a couple of keywords that highlight the main topics that I want to talk about. And for you, it's very much the same as for people here in this group, because you have been here a long time. So usually when you see that word, then you think, oh yeah, I know what this is about. And then automatically all these ideas and then the things that you want to talk about will automatically pop up in your head, because you know what it is that you do every day, at work. So if you just write down on your phone, just a few notes that you have, and you just, before you go and talk to people, grab the notes, like, oh yeah, this, I want to talk about this, I want to talk about this, I want to talk about. Put the phone away, look at people, just talk, then you're fine. Because then the words are already there. You already know, like, what it is that is important for you to talk about. Yeah. So this could be something that helps, but just before you start talking to people.
I have plenty of notes on my smartphone.
Now tell me about it. It's I think I have like 1,500 notes and counting, so it's like I write down everything. But that's, but for all of us, we have our own system, to help us and remind us of what it is that is important to us, what we want to share. So find your system, but the easiest system is have something that you always have available, and just have these notes, right in front. If you forget it, or if you think, oh boy, what was I going to talk about? Grab your phone, go to the notes, check the one. Okay, good to go.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Any other thoughts, guys?
Yes, for me, when I was a student, I really afraid to take the presentation in front of my class. But after working, so I put myself under pressure of presentation and yes, convince the people many times. So it's better. But yes, you're right. I feel a little bit nervous for any presentation. This one too. I prepare this and practice this, but when I take the presentation, I also forgot some notes in my book. But maybe I try to improve that for next time, and next time I hope it's better.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Great. Yeah, that's a great one. That's a great one. Also, a good way to add in when you're going to do a presentation is to have one or two questions that you can ask people. But don't make the questions very difficult for people to answer, right? Very simple questions are usually very strong, very, very powerful. So for example, when you ask people, okay, who in this group is married? And then raise your hand if you're married, and then you raise your hand yourself, right? And then people will come along with you. And then you can already point out a couple of people like, oh, you're married, you're married, you're married. Okay. And who then has kids, right? Put up your hand. And some people put up their hand. Oh, you have kids. Okay. How many kids do you have? Okay, so many. All right, good. So many kids I have. Okay, good. Now, how old are they? And then you can just, talk to people a little bit, like that in the group. And then when people are then sharing a couple of ideas about, okay, these are my kids, and maybe even their name or what they do, then you can also go back to yourself and say, okay, so today what we're talking about actually is like, how we help our kids, behave healthy and safe, when they go swimming, right? And especially kids who are, let's say, like 5 years old or a little bit older, they're very curious, to explore things. And because of that, they sometimes run off and you don't know where they're going. So here's a way, and today I'll talk about, a good way for you to understand, how you can teach your kids the right way to deal with water, or to teach your kids the right way how to deal with when they, for example, go for swimming. Yeah, something like that. And then this way it's easier to pull people in, right? And that makes it fun too, you know, because then not all the pressure is on you. Because when you ask questions, then you ask, then basically you suggest to people like, hey, you're listening here, but you're also involved. So how about you tell me what's going on with you, right? And then it really becomes like a bit of a conversation between yourself and the group. Yeah. And if you're looking at what we're doing now, so Bernard and myself, that's exactly what we're doing, right? So it's like, hey guys, what's going on, right? And yeah, what is important to you guys? Yeah? And once you understand that, then it becomes much more a conversation, and it becomes a lot more fun. Yeah. So that could also be a bit of a tip, you know, just ask some very simple questions. Appointments are in.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay. Tan, do you want to say something? If not, then we can conclude here. Tan?
Okay. So, you know, I am a little bit nervous, not because of in front of many people, but you know, I'm nervous because of when I speak, but not influencing. And the second one is because of the time pressure. So time pressure and influence make me sometimes nervous, and I also tried many times, but I don't know how it's improved, but little by little. even in my mother language.
Yeah. So Anton, when you say influency, what do you mean by that?
So I mean, when I speak, but sometimes I stop and it takes a short time, and then I speak again. So
okay. So sometimes it sounds like sometimes that you have to, you know, that you speak, but then sometimes you have to gather your thoughts a little bit, right? And then, you know, sometimes because of that you stop speaking and then you start again. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that happens, and time pressure is also one of these things that's there, right? So it's understandable that this happens. So for you also, practice actually helps with this.
Yeah.
Also, what's the tip that I gave, you know, to Ms. Nguyen, maybe to write down 1 or 2 keywords for yourself, you know, on your notes app on your phone before you go into your speech. That is a really good thing, right?
Yeah.
Another thing that you can also do is we all have timers on our phone. So sometimes what helps is that, you know, and I do this during my workshops, I actually set a stopwatch, or not a stopwatch, but a timer. And then I know, like, okay, I got 20 minutes, right, to talk. So then I literally take my phone, right, and I will show you. So I have a timer, not sure if you can see that, but I have a timer, and I set it, in this case, let's say, for example, to 15 minutes, because I know that I have a 15-minute time for my speech.
Yeah.
Now I just start, but the good thing is that when I started, the timer is always available to me. So when I have my phone and I put my phone on Do Not Disturb and I'm talking to people, but I'm worried about the time, and they can say, oh, okay, I still have 15 minutes, right? Or, oh, I have 10 minutes. Yeah. Then you can do that in a way that you say, if I have 20 minutes, I set the timer for 18 minutes. So then when my timer rings, I know, okay, I have 2 minutes left. I need to start around offline. Yeah. And this way you become a bit more focused on the amount of time that you have.
Yeah.
And it becomes easier for you also to plan it in a way that works for you.
Yeah. Thank
Great.
you.
Okay, good. Well, thank you so much, Thijs. It is very stimulating, very informative too. Thank you for sharing your huge experience.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Very welcome, guys. Good to see you again.
Yeah, we will have another session, but probably in 3 weeks' time. So if you're available, we will invite you again.
Yeah, just give me a shout. Yeah,
sure.
I'll try and make it. Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you. I have one quick questions to all the other people. We have Dana available tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock. Is that okay for you?
Yes, it's okay for me.
Yeah.
Um, Huynh and I, we have visitor from SEC
Okay. So,
and tomorrow.
okay. So tomorrow is not possible.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, we will find another time. Okay. Good. Thank you so much. Have a good day, everyone.
Have a good day. Thank you.
Okay.
Bye bye.
See
Goodbye.
you guys.
Thanks.
Have a good
Thank
day.
you. Bye bye.
You. Bye.